Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your solar eclipse in Leo special with me, Raphael from Reydiant.reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. So before we start, I would like to bless these cards and my notes and all messages that come through with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. It means the absolute world. Also, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the email address below. So with that said, solar eclipse in Leo. So the solar eclipse is an initiatory energy. It starts things, it makes things happen, it brings something into your life. It's like a big event that kind of comes your way. I see the eclipses as kind of like toolboxes or gift wraps, or gifts that the universe gives you, and kind of they unpack over sort of 3 to 6 months. It's like a gift or a toolbox that it gives you to give you certain experiences in order to create and shape you into the things that you want and need in your life. Now, Leo itself is actually it's a sister fire sign to you or a brother fire sign to you. And Leo is all about the heart. It's about your passion. It's about your heart-centered desire. And it's about optimism, joy, fun, children, creativity, speculative gambling as well, even if that's your thing. Fun and frolics, I guess, is what I want to say. Now, the solar eclipse is obviously always accompanied by a new moon, and the new moon is a time of beginnings. This is when you sow the seeds of the things that you want to grow within your life, that you want to welcome into your life. So a solar eclipse is a mega one of those. It allows you to really welcome something in. It allows you to ask for something to bring into your life, and it gives you the tools that you need in order to make it happen. Now, the solar eclipse is going to be conjunct Mercury retrograde. Now, Mercury itself is the planet of thought, it's the planet of communication, it's the planet of commerce, it's all of those things wrapped into one. But it also represents siblings as well, neighbours is worth mentioning, short trips as well. And this is really apt for you because Mercury retrograde, I believe, brings your mind, it brings your thought process down into your heart space, and it asks you to get really seriously thinking about what you truly desire in your heart. How can you find your creativity again? What do I want? What's going to bring me happiness? What's going to bring me joy? What's going to allow me to bring more fun and creativity into my life? So it's worth mentioning those things always. Now, this is another activation of the house that rules your sign. So especially if you're an ascendant Sagittarius, this is happening in your 9th house. And that's the house that rules Sagittarius. Even though it's happening in Leo, this is the natural house of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is about wisdom, higher learning, philosophy, foreign cultures. It's about travel. It's about everything and anyone that's out there that has a different perspective or understanding or experience of life to offer us. That's why it rules foreign cultures. It also represents law as well, believe it or not. And because it's ruled by Jupiter, it takes on that sort of protective, blessing freedom that we all crave and desire in some, after all, Sagittarius is part horse. Running free across the plains of the world is part of what your soul is here to do. But it's also about meaning and understanding that meaning. It's about your belief structure, people's religious beliefs and all of those things wrapped into. And I use that word very lightly because it's a very loaded topic. And if you guys know anything about me, Raphael from Reydiant.reality, I have opinions. I understand politics, I understand religion and all of those things and the place and the experiences that they've given the world. I choose not to partake of them because I believe that their energies are very heavy and they don't create abundance or growth. They actually keep you stuck in a paradigm. That's just my personal opinion and I'm expressing it to you, which is because a lot of people say to me, why don't you talk about the politics? Why don't you talk about religion? And I'm like, it's just not for me. I choose to be, elsewhere to those subjects, let's say. Okay, so let's see. It's exciting times ahead for you now. It's worth noting that there's always more happening in a chart, which is why I have to tell you as well. Your second house, Capricorn, is going for a massive excavation. Currently got Pluto there, currently got Saturn there, currently got the Mars retrograde coming back into Capricorn before it stands still to go forward again. That means your second house, your personal values, the money that you earn from the job that you do or the business that you own, is going for a massive shift up and a big transformation in a big way. And I really feel like that's going to teach you more responsibility in terms of your finances, but it's also going to start to shape them in ways that can offer you the kind of freedom that a Sagittarius truly desires in order to travel more, in order to go to new places. So your ninth house is about travel, about long distance travel as well. Leo is about your heart's desire. So this is awakening that desire within you like never before. And because it's a solar eclipse, it's going to give you the initiatory energy that you need in order to really start doing more travel, to start learning about different people, different perspectives, foreign cultures. It's going to ask you to think more about your higher ideals and your higher wisdoms. And it's also going to see you learning a lot from people that are very, very different to who you are and where you come from. So stuff about the second house that is worth mentioning. Are creating an energy that is really focusing you to work hard on understanding what your beliefs are in relation to yourself and your self-worth, your self-esteem. What is limiting you from achieving abundance or success, and it's what's hampering your financial freedom. After the lunar eclipse has happened, you'll so you've got the opposition between Venus and Chiron going on as well, which can see you balancing your own needs and ideas of fun and pleasure with those of the group. Can also see you wanting to move away from group activities in favour of thrill seeking and your own pleasure. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you make good on the promises that you make, especially if you've got children. If there's something that you promise them or you choose to offer, make sure that it's something that you can follow through on, because with Chiron in the mix, it could, and Chiron is a centaur as well, just like you, Saggies. So keep that in mind. Balance your own wants and needs for pleasure with those promises and offers that you make to other people, especially young people at this time. It's also worth mentioning that there's a trine between Jupiter and Neptune. Trines are all about harmonious energy, and it's an opportunity to welcome something in, but it can be a bit of a lazy energy, so you've got to make it happen. The opportunity is there, but you need to put the work in to make it happen. It can see you tied into loving family pursuits and able to reminisce about good times. Can also see the beauty and wisdom in some of the challenges that you faced, ascribing meaning, ninth house, and looking at some of the experiences that were really challenging or painful or hurtful to you and saying, right, okay, what did that teach me? It's not about looking at, because with Neptune in the bunch, a lot of people say like, oh well, don't see it through rose tinted glasses. I don't think you will. I think because it's between Jupiter and Neptune, Jupiter is going to expand your understanding so that you can transcend the experience that you've had that was uncomfortable or painful, so that you can actually see the wisdom that it taught you, so that you can take the gems of knowledge that it's given you and the tools that it's given you to move forward and move past it. Could see you acknowledging, it could also see you acknowledging someone in your past and how it's shaped you in the best way. So finally, worth mentioning as well, the square between Jupiter in your 12th and Leo in your 9th. It's going to lift the veil on some of your old beliefs. It's going to see you finding a lot of hidden energy there that's actually sapping your energy, and it's going to see you really being diligent and taking the opportunity to heal some of that stuff. And it's going to ask you why you think and feel about certain people or certain places the way that you do. And in order to, and once you do that, once you shed light onto it, the solar eclipse, light consciousness, once you shed light onto that stuff, it's going to see certain places and certain people from different backgrounds to you really start to illuminate some of the understanding and the meaning that's taking shape in your life at the moment. It can also see you honest with why you feel the way you do about certain places and people. Approach this with love and care, and you'll be moving into a place of deep self-understanding to heal old, possibly even past life ideologies that are no longer true for you. You know, some really profound stuff here. I mean, you know, you're a Sagittarius, you're ruled by Jupiter. This is a solar eclipse, a big fated event. And you know, it's obviously squaring Jupiter. Now, the thing about a square energy is it makes you uncomfortable enough to initiate the changes that you know you need to. So actually, although it's an uncomfortable energy, it actually provides you with what you need to master something. Justice. So, in your case, Sagittarius, any of you that are going through legal stuff, now I'm not a lawyer or a legal professional, so I can't give you that kind of advice. What I can tell you is that the energies and the backdrop are really providing you, you know, because like I said, you even find law in the 9th house as well. This can see, you know, because the Justice card is contracts, it's all things legal and of a practical nature in that respect, but it also represents making decisions. It represents you choosing to free yourself of some of the old karmic law that might be, you know, might be holding you back. I kind of feel this as well. The words that I'm hearing is, our soul contract is about to be up, and when that soul contract is up and all of the planets finally go forward, you are going to be soaring high and bloody dry. Not high and dry, but you know what I mean, like you're going to be flying, you really well, you'll be galloping because you're a Sagittarius. If you haven't, don't forget to check out the Retrogradia mini series that I posted. Off the back of this eclipse, there's going to be a 12-day window where 6 planets are going to be retrograde. That's a massive thing, and I think it's going to give you some of the context and the stuff that might be shaping up. So I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance itself. Sagittarius, please comment on this, because you guys are about to show us a new way of ascribing meaning to our lives, and I am really interested to hear what, you know, what you've got to teach. So please share your stuff with the world and share it in the comments as well. Take care, and I'll see you very soon.